Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a rainy Saturday morning on which I thought this is the exact kind of day when back in the olden times, when games like what this is based on were new, this is the sort of thing we would play. And that got me feeling all nostalgic and thought I should take advantage of some of the nice big spreadsheets of levels that I have found on the internet. I should download a few of them and we could have some fun playing them together on this rainy day. So, this one is some sort of reimagining / expansion of the original very first mission, the Driller Knight mission, the first mission we ever played in the series, which I seem to remember I spent most of it swooning in, so hopefully I'll try to be a little bit more relaxed in this particular endeavour. The transporter aboard the LMS Explorer has been slightly... Oh, hang on a minute, this is the same thing that it's... Right, never mind. Oh, gosh. Just tell me it doesn't erode. Oh, goodness, there's something over there I didn't recognise. There's something over there that never used to be there. Okay, then. So, is the frame rate alright? It seems to be. That is good. So, the most obvious difference I can see initially is that it's in a lava biome instead of a rock biome, presumably because it has lava at the beginning, and the developer thought, or at least the level developer thought, bit weird to have lava in a rock mission, let's put the lava in the lava mission. But, fair enough. The rest of it, thus far, with the exception of this little mystery over here, seems to be much the same. And I'm going to assume, because you guys, because you guys were already here, you weren't spawned down by a tool store, that you've no upgrades, and thus you are nigh on useless. But never mind, they shall serve their purpose perfectly adequately. Yay! Until we can bring down some better ones. Right, which is right now, actually, I'm going to bring down a fair few folks, I think, so that we can have our old classic crew back together. So it does seem to be a complete reproduction of... I'm going to have to build like a... I'm actually going to have to turn this back on, because I'm going to need to build a canteen for the sake of these people not dying horribly due to the landslides, aren't I? That would probably be a prudent decision. So, what I need to do in this mission, if I remember what I read correctly, unless it said it at the beginning, in which case it's what we both read correctly about 5 seconds ago and I've already immediately forgotten, is I need to collect 40 crystals instead of the mere 5 that were required in the original iteration of this mission. So, allow me to completely forget that I need to upgrade this thing, because, giddy on. There's me spending the entirety of the original series, or at least the campaign, the series of the campaign, banging on about how good I am at this game, and then I completely forget the most basic concepts that I needed to upgrade buildings in order to make any darn progress. Now that we've got some proper folks about, I can have a look on this. Interesting. So yeah, I can punch through here to access this area like before. This doesn't lead anywhere. Let me bring this across over here a little bit. Yeah, so it looks like this is the only avenue for further exploration, and there's definitely some interesting stuff there. I do hope they get the radar working more fully soon. I would very much enjoy having the more functional radar. Okay then, so if we're not really going to make any progress through getting through here, we might as well forget about all of that for a while. Oh, speaking of things that I completely forgot about, I didn't, at least I don't think I did, show you much of the sort of, as much of the combat in the monsters mission as perhaps I should have, because I either didn't realise or totally forgot that you can do sort of third-person combat, I believe. You can get the tools up somehow. I forget how exactly. But you can, like, I'm pretty sure, I could be completely mistaken here. In fact, let's just test this theory instead of blabbering on about something which might be total rubbish. Let's get a gun and see if I can do some combat, because I know you can do like combat with the vehicles. You can like take direct control of the vehicles and then start shooting things. I'm just trying to remember what the buttons are. Actions. Tools. Here we are. Tools. Weapon. Equipped beam weapon. Yes, here we are. Excellent! I can't really aim with this per se. I can just sort of point him in the direction of... Okay, so I can aim by looking up and down, but not a heck of a lot else. Okay! You are the last person on Earth I would trust with a gun, mate. But never mind. Enough of that. Get back to work, friend. Giddy aunt. Maybe actually I should bring down like a little, a couple of little vehicles in order to help speed this process along somewhat. Because I would like to stick to the previous format, should we say, of doing sort of roughly 2 custom levels in one video. And I've got 4. I've downloaded 4 missions which I've never played before, which will hopefully be sort of fun. Yep, we is definitely going to need... Yeah, we're definitely going to need a tunnel scout with a drill upgrade, which means we're going to need to get a power station up in this little endeavour of ours. I do find myself now being curious of something. When you get like a rapid rider or a tunnel scout and you put the drill implement on it and then you drill a wall like this, if this is water, then it would giddy aunt go and eat a sandwich post haste. Not a sentence I expected to say today, but here we are. Yeah, when you drill something like this on water, the crystals just fall onto the water and then they sit there, like they float, until you're ready to come and collect them. I don't know if that will continue to be the case with lava, though. I feel like it probably isn't, but I'm going to try and test it by picking up a piece of ore and trying to drop it into the lava. Can I just walk into the lava and die? No, I can't. Excellent. And if I just drop this here, can I sort of kick it into the lava? No, you can sort of kick some stuff into the water occasionally. If you try particularly hard, if you channel your inner footballer, you can boot things into the water a little bit, which is useful for getting stuff right onto the edge of it, so that like a rapid rider can pick it up and take it someplace else. So, oh for goodness sake, this place is a lot more dangerous than I remember it being. Giddy aunt. Right, I need a power station. I need to upgrade stuff. This is becoming something of a tune. Giddy aunt. Yeah, let's put it there. Why not? No particular reason why not. Okay, so that's all of that sorted. Mind you, if we got like a flying tunnel scout, we could send it over here, and then it could mine in this direction while some other people mine in that direction, and then they could meet in the middle, like the creation of the channel tunnel. How exciting would that be? Okay then, give me a wee second. I shan't do anything, I shan't like progress over here. I just want to get the power station up and running so that we can get the tunnel scout. Then we can fly about a bit. Oh yeah, I can't upgrade this thing without like an upgrade station, can I? Damn it! That's gonna take like way more crystals than I've got. Darn it all to heck in a handbasket, that's a pain in the neck. Right. Well, now what exactly am I supposed to do? I want to test out this theory, but I can't do that until I can upgrade this thing. And then I'm going to need 3 for the support station and 3 for the upgrade station. And then... yeah. And then that's way more than I've got. And we shall have to do a little bit more exploring, because I really do want to test out this theory of drilling these in order to see whether they fall onto the floor and float on the lava or just die in the lava. I'm very curious to find that out. I probably shouldn't, however, because if it does float on the lava, how the hell am I going to get it exactly? Because I haven't got a I haven't got a tunnel transport in order to go over there and get it, so that could prove a bit of a pickle. We might have to just sacrifice one for the testing of that little theory. Okay, let's have a look at the radar and see what we've got on this side. Okay, this will give us access to a new cavern. Yeah, there we go. Yes. If you lot would like to come over here and mine this out, there's a seam here, which is like here. Yeah, it's right there. If you two could drop that and go and mine that. There. The number of concussions that these people must have, they could rival professional American football players. It's ridiculous. Okay, how much of a cave is this going to show us? Is this going to take us the remainder of the way? Because there's not that much more space. Yes, indeed. Okay. So I'll get him to get us access to that seam, and then with these two here, that should give us just about all we need in order to, so assuming he survives, of course, which is not a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination, then we'll have enough resources in order to upgrade our tunnel scout, and then we can play around with this. Ah, what a beautiful sight. Such a beautiful sight.
Good time. All right. Less rubble, less trouble.
Some part of the back of my brain is having a small debate about whether there's a campaign mission called Rubble Trouble. I can hear like a perfect recreation of the Chief's voice saying Rubble Trouble in my head, and I'm convinced that that means it must be real, but on the other hand I cannot for the life of me remember any details about a mission with such a name. So I'm having a slight crisis about that, but that's alright. When was the last time my brain and psychology was even vaguely functional? A very long time ago is the answer to that question. Right, never mind any of that. I can't put that there because they're out of place of path. That is a pain in the neck. But never mind. There's plenty of crystals over here, of which I am very glad.
Hello.
Loads of stuff here. Oh, well, they're saying that we might not actually be finished. There might be another little tunnel that we can slip through here in order to find something round about here.
Seems easy enough.
Because there's a little tunnel here that we can go down. Curious. Very curious indeed. This is what I love about playing the custom levels. Particularly ones like this. Because, on the one hand, this is sort of very relaxed and at ease. Because the core of the mission I'm very familiar with, and I know it because it's the very first mission in the game. Whoa, 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 whoa! Just you hold on to your proverbial horses there, my good friend. That is lava. That's what lava is, isn't it? That's undiscovered lava. It's probably stationary, but I'm not taking the chance. Too many custom level videos have been totally screwed by eroding lava that I am not taking the chance. I'll do it right at the end, right? Just before about to beam out, I will open that just for the peace of mind of knowing whether or not it erodes. But for the time being, let's just build this upgrade station and then we can play around with this theory and then see what else we've got in the rest of this. But anyway, to finish what I was talking about, because I know I go off on horribly long tangents and lose my train of thought, and I know how irritating that is to listen to. I mean, I know how irritating I am to listen to, he says, going off on another tangent. But, you know, I'm sorry. Yes, the core of the mission, I understand, because it's the first one, but also, like, the outskirts, I don't know, because they're sort of new and different. So it's a nice blend of familiar but unknown. A bit like a sort of a friendly aunt that you haven't seen in many years. That sort of thing. You know her, but at the same time, she's gotten a little bit weird from all of her years living on the other side of the planet. I don't know where I'm going with this theory, but, let's just leave it there, frankly. I don't know why I said that. I've never met any of my aunts. But never mind. Never mind. Let's mine out this piece and see what happens, I'm going to get ready to cancel this after the first one, because I don't want things to get dangerous. Well, the hypothesis was that it would either burn or it would float. It would seem to float. I don't think that's how physics works. I'm pretty sure that magma can do its thing with crystals, you know, burn it and consume it and eat it, whatever you want to describe it as such. I'm not a geologist. Yes. That genuinely surprises me. I genuinely thought this would be programmed such that it had the crystals. I'm not complaining, though, because that means that's one more crystal that we can probably not get. Not unless we can get some sort of bat claw and stand on the edge and pull it in a little closer. Right then. Let's get all of this targeted to be mined, and then they can just continue to do it as they progress a little bit further. And then you can approach from the other end. And then we can meet in the middle and have a lovely, great, big crystal party in the middle. And speaking of crystal parties, actually, this is something else I wanted to mention while I was, oh, that's a little bit of a pickle. I wasn't quite expecting that to happen. Never mind. It's alright, when they bust down that piece and that piece, that'll bring around a connection of these two pathways. Right, you better come back to base then. Yes. Trying to pick custom levels to play is quite difficult, because I picked this mission partly because it's, you know, connected to the original mission, nice bit of nostalgia there, sort of brings the series sort of back to where it began, which is lovely. On the other hand, it's difficult to choose, levels, because so many of them are designed for, like, long-form playing, if you know what I mean. They're designed that you spend most of the day playing a single level, which is great, right? And I think I've mentioned this before. It's exactly what a great many of us want out of this game. It's the opportunity to just play it all day and farm it because we're obsessed with it and we have a severe chemical addiction to playing this game, as so many of us in the fandom do. Oh, clever. You put up the message not at like 3, at like 25. Oh, clever. I wish you could kind of have like a bank. I'll come back to the bank in a minute. I'll continue finishing my thought about this. Yeah, they're designed for sort of the long form play in the sense that the objectives are crazily big. I think I've shown this in one of the other missions. I think it's called Amazing. Emphasis on the maze bit, where you had to collect a huge number of crystals. But I think I found some record breakers in terms of requiring enormous numbers of crystals in order to complete missions. For example, there's a mission called Muddy Waters where you have to collect 300 crystals, which is 6 times more than the absolute maximum ever requested in the campaign. But that's nothing compared to Need or Energy, which requires 1,000 crystals, which is also nothing compared to Ore Madness, which requires 5,000 crystals, which is also nothing compared to Crystal Mayhem, which requires 10,000 crystals. And I mean, I would love to play those levels and show them off. I really would. The thing is, I can't make a video which lasts literally all day, right? That just doesn't fit into the format, unfortunately. As much as I would love that. Which means I'm sort of just doomed to sort of play those levels sort of by myself, because they don't really fit into the format of a video, because despite the fact that I'm a champion waffler, I cannot waffle literally all day. What it did strike me, though, however, is that they might be a bit more suitable for like a live stream, because this game is nice in the sense that there's plenty of sort of visual stuff going on. It's very pretty and very beloved, but at the same time, it's also relaxed enough that, like right now, you can just sort of sit back a bit and relax and just talk while the game continues to get on. And I think that makes this game sort of really well suited for a sort of live streaming format. Yay, we did it. Did we, oh no, we didn't. Well, we have missed one, in the sense we've missed that one, but, I mean, I could get it, but I don't want to bring down a super teleport pad and a tunnel transport just to get one crystal. That seems a little, obsessive. And the people that play a mission which requires the collection of 10,000 crystals aren't the slightest bit obsessive, even though I'm probably going to end up playing that when I escape from university. What was I talking about? I've lost my train of thought. Yes, a live streaming format. I think a game like this could really work for a live streaming format, and a really long mission, like a 5,000 crystal mission, would be great for a sort of a live streaming thing, because you can literally just play it for hours on end while having a sort of relaxed evening with an audience. So yeah, I think that format would work really nicely. Anyway, banks, yes. I think it would be kind of cool. I'm glad that, at least to some degree, you can bring up these sort of little messages which appear here sometimes. Like, this one has the crystal messages from the original mission about collecting crystals. What I think would also be good is if you could have, like, a bank of all the little audio messages that you can get from the chief in things like that, saying 1 more crystal to go, etc. You're more than halfway there. And then you could just implement them wherever you like, in order to make the levels feel a little bit more professional by adding little bits of encouragement from the chief. That would be very nice, I think. But now I kind of do want to bring down a tunnel transport, because now that would mean we wouldn't be leaving 4 crystals behind. Oh, for goodness sake, fine. Give me a wee minute, I'll get this sorted out. Things I do for crystals. Doopy-doopy-doo. I've lost the mouse. Ya-da-da-da-da. Oh, what a travesty. Doobie-doobie-doo. Where are you, Jet? There's no one better suited for this job. Right then, let's collect these last crystals. Let's just also do it in this first person mode, which A, is cool. I mean, just look at that reticule. This is cool. Also, I love how sort of detailed everything is inside here. I think this looks really, really cute. What I don't like, however, is that I can't see a thing of what I'm actually doing. Oh man, alive. Very fitting bit of first person there, but also absolutely dreadful because you can't see a thing while you're doing it. But never mind that. There's another little thing. One of the few little things I never got around to showing you because I forgot. Speaking of things you forgot. Oh, you've picked up a piece of ore while I wasn't looking, you sneaky person. That's going to delay us horribly and put us behind schedule. Is it my imagination of the old lava texture? Was it a bit more animated, rather? I felt like it moved a bit more. I know they did update the lava texture at some point. I don't know what it used. I can't remember what it used to look like, and I can't bother to go back and look for it. But anyway. Yay! There goes the last crystal. We are all finished. We have explored this, all of this. That was quite nice. I rather enjoyed that opportunity to do some little experiments and show off a few little things, and a nice nostalgic way to come back to the very beginning of the series. So that was very enjoyable. Yes, I liked that very much. Let's go and find another level to play. Oh, yeah. Random interjection here. While I'm here, actually, I wanted to show you something I discovered, which you probably already knew about this, but, this is the level editor, which I know I've never shown off, but that's just because I'm hopelessly uncreative and I have no abilities to make new levels. Plus it's kind of pointless to make your own levels and then play them, because the whole point of the custom levels is that I don't know what's in them. But if I've made the level, then of course I do know what's in them. Yes, what I've discovered is that if in here you type in the name of a campaign mission, such as Don't Panic, and then I click on this one, you can see the entire mission from a sort of like developer's perspective, if you like, and you can sort of see how everything works, which is sort of kind of cute and interesting. Because, like, you can see that when your miners reach this particular box, then there are lava monsters which spawn out of these 5 walls. And it's just kind of cute, and you can just sort of explore the levels and see them in a sort of a different way and a different perspective, which is kind of cool and interesting. And I think this would probably be quite useful if you were... what are you doing up there? There's just a monster that just lives in the middle of here and isn't triggered by anything. Perhaps that's the mother monster, and she's the one that gives birth to all of these little monsters that go out and do her bidding. Nobody knows. And frankly, if there was a monster mother, I really wouldn't want to see it, much less would I want to see it giving birth. Right, never mind any of that, we went a bit off track. Yeah, I think for a mission like Back to Basics, for example, this could be really useful, because you could sort of see everything from a kind of bird's eye perspective, and sort of study how everything works in a bit more detail in order to properly... like, develop your strategies. But anyway, there's nothing else in this I wanted to show you. It's just a cool thing that I discovered and I wanted to tell you about. Sorry. Let's get back to what we were doing. Okay. Plagueis of Rules. Yes. What was the other one I had? Breathtaking Fall, it's called. Yes, this one. Hello, can you hear me? An earthquake caused the ground beneath you to give way. We cannot reach you without equipment, so you'll have to build a mining HQ on your own. Our scanners show that there is not much oxygen down there. You quickly need to build a support station and power it to replenish your oxygen supply. Once you have sufficient oxygen, collect 12 crystals. We will then be able to use the teleport station to get you back to the LMS Explorer. Good luck at defeating these hiccups, because you're going to need it. Right, I have no idea what I'm doing. Are you just a basic person? Yes, you are. You do have a spade, but you don't have any geological abilities, which is a pain in the proverbial neck. This is the smallest map I've ever seen in my life. I'm not complaining, because that's going to make this a unique experience, but you can probably guess why I picked this mission, because it doesn't involve collecting billions and billions of crystals. It involves collecting 12. But, that means there's not an HQ down here, doesn't it? There's no HQ down here. I have to make one of my own, which means I need to find some crystals. Oh, goodness. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be very tricky indeed, and this isn't going to serve any use. Oh dear. Now this is becoming a little stressful. More stressful than it has any right to, but it's alright, we've got plenty of time, because there's only one of us. The oxygen won't go down pretty quickly. I guess I could bring down a teleport pad and get more people, but they're just going to suck up the oxygen. Mind you, then one of them would be a geologist. Not that that would help much, because I'm not looking for a place. I wouldn't mind looking for an energy crystal seam, but it's a dicey decision. It's a dicey decision. Let me at least get a tool store. I think that is at least wise. I'm wondering what this is. What's this massive dip? Why is there just a big dip there? It reminds me of Frozen Frenzy in the little undiscovered cavern right next to the tunnel transport that you find. There's a big dip next to yay crystals, and this is all gonna fall down and break our neck. Yeah. Arrgh, that means I've got to build it over there. Pray for me. Huh. Maybe they actually do work. Oh, goodness. Thank you. Right, thank you for your efforts. I greatly appreciate it. Right, let me cancel all of that. Let me cancel that as well. Yeah, if we mine this out, this will get us most of the way. And then I'm going to start constructing stuff here, probably. Yeah, because I don't want to be carrying them crystals back, because that just seems like a really silly plan. But if I cut through here, then I'll have a direct point of connection. Yeah, that might be wise. I'm going to try and bash through here, depending on what this is. If this is solid rock, then it's going to be a pain in the neck, so I'll have to go all the way back around in order to mine through that piece. But hopefully this shouldn't be too disastrous. No, it was disastrous. right. If I build there, I put my tool store there and my teleport pad there, and then I can panic about where the hell the rest of the anything is going to go. This has been specifically designed this way, hasn't it? I can already tell this has been designed this way to not give me quite enough space to build here, so that I need to, yes, it has. Self-evidently it has. Well, screw you with a garden rake. Man alive. These level developers never fail to impress me with their sneakiness. I forgot to pray that time. Let's bust this down, and then we can start constructing a base using these crystals, because we've got 5 there. 5? We've clearly got 7, and I can't count. Yeah, and then that will be most of what we need, I reckon. Next, I need to build my tools. I need to build my teleport pad. Given how much I play this game, you'd think I'd know the frickin' words by now. So what's that? Oh no, that wasn't the corner with the dip. This is the corner with the dip. It doesn't look like I'll be able to access it though, unless there's like a tunnel behind here, or a tunnel behind here. Mind you, once we get the support station up and running, we can get a explosives expert down, and then we can explore and see if we can find out what this dip is, because I'm curious about this. I'm very curious about this. I'm also curious what the hole in the ceiling is that I presumably fell through. No. Under normal circumstances, my friend, crystals would be very important, but for the right here and the right now, I'd really rather you didn't. I'd rather you cleared those 2 pieces and that, so that we can get actually that piece and that piece. He says pressing the wrong buttons, because I want to put the no, I don't want to put, yeah, I do want to put the teleport pad there, because no, I don't, because then the power station won't be able to go there. Why can't I just think with my brain instead of thinking with my buttocks? Goodness sake. I just want to be efficient about this and do it properly and not look like an idiot. Damn. The eternal quest that I shall never succeed at, no matter how long I stay on this website. Mind you, I'd probably succeed if I'd just never gone on the website in the first place, but it's a little too late to go on about that. I know, you're hungry for a sandwich. Frankly, friend, so am I. I wouldn't mind a sandwich right now. Like a, with cheese. And perhaps some ham, perhaps some lettuce. Perhaps some gherkins. I don't know why I say that. I've literally never had gherkins in a sandwich probably my entire life. But never mind. Just the random ramblings of a random lunatic. I love that you walked like that to pick up this piece of ore and just completely ignored that one. Most mysterious. You're going to pick it up this time? Yes, you are. Okay. You do have some semblance of sense then. Just pretty grateful about that. Would you just do the thing that I've asked you to do, friend? No, would ye stop it? I feel like I should maybe be doing this in like third person. I do wonder, because you can do a hell of a lot more in third person than you ever could in the original game. There's a lot more. Bloody hell, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, I clicked out of the game. I didn't realise that this game didn't have a box around its mouse. I guess I've just never needed to go that far off the screen before. I didn't twiddle with any settings by accident. Don't you think so? No. Right. Yeah, you can do a lot more in this game in third person than you could in the original. You can do a hell of a lot more. And I'm sort of curious to find out exactly just how much you can do. I don't know whether you can pick up the fence posts, but I hope so. I'm not convinced these are going in. I'm really not convinced these are going in. Can I pick up these? Can I pick these up? No, I can't do that. I'm not quite brainy enough to do that. Perhaps I can. Perhaps I can if I sort of pick them up from the back of the tombstone instead. Let me see. Yay! I got a piece of fence and I can put it down. Yay! I've always wanted to do this. Except I can't do it anymore because it won't let me pick anything else up. Yeah, I feel like I should be doing this, and no, seemingly not. I feel like I should be now. The moment I can turn around and go and do something else with my life, that's when it becomes acceptable for me to do the thing I wanted to do previously. Yeah, I feel like since this is like such a sort of one-man show, as it were, in terms of this mission, I feel like this is the sort of one that should be played from a direct control perspective, a bit like Run the Gauntlet, I suppose. That was a very one-man show. I noticed in one of the change logs from a while ago that when buildings come down, the people no longer get like scared of them and run away from them like they do run away from, say, dynamite or monsters, which is a bit of a shame, really. I kind of liked that. I thought it was sort of cute. And I think it's sort of like fitting because they put all the stuff down there, and then all of a sudden, just like, there's this building falling on top of them. And I feel like I've never had a building fall on top of me, but I'm pretty sure if a building did fall on top of me, I'd probably throw my arms in the air and run away. It's just a theory, you know, I'm no psychologist, but I'm pretty sure that's how my brain would respond to that situation. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame they've removed that. Personally, I quite like that. What might be the way to please everybody is if there was like a an option. I really should put the crystals at a lower priority than the ore, but I'm not going to do that because I'll inevitably forget to move it back later. Yay! We can put it there. We can have a nice compact and efficient base. Yeah, maybe just like a button in the options where you could turn those sorts of things on and off. That way the people that do want them can have them and the people that don't want them don't have to have them. I think that might be the best way of pleasing all of the people all of the time, rather than some of the people some of the time. Or however the hell that quote gets misquoted left, right and centre. Okie dokie then, let me get this support station up and running, and then we shall bring down a few more peeps, and we shall get some dynamite, and we shall start, well, literally bringing the walls down. Why does this button have a voice actor who I don't recognise? I don't even know if you could hear this. That's none of the main characters' voices. I mean, it's none of the original voice actors, at least to the best of my... Goodness, if this game has the original voice actors in it, then that would be incredible. Yeah. That's a little odd. There's like a voice actor for this button, which is for like selecting all of your miners at once, which is a good little button. I never knew I had that before. I knew I had these counters down here, but I didn't know you could click on them in order to select things. So yeah, that's kind of cute. That's good for like immediately assessing like damage, for example. After an assault, you can immediately see what needs to be mended and stuff like that, which is a useful little prompt. But yes, speaking of voice actors, actually, that's something interesting I was thinking about. I was thinking about the cutscenes, and the cutscenes aren't in Manic Miners. I hope that they will be put in one day. I imagine there will be some sort of copyright issue with them going in, so they might possibly need to be like recreated in like a kind of source filmmaker type way, perhaps. Maybe in like a stop motion way. Maybe that would be a bit cuter. yeah, in order to like recreate the cutscenes, perhaps in order to get around like potential copyright issues, maybe. I don't know, but I mean, to be honest with you, if this game doesn't already violate some kind of copyright law, then I don't know how law works. I mean, I'm not a lawologist, so obviously I don't know how the law works. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about the cutscenes, and I was thinking about the voice actors, and I was thinking about how the voice actors in this game, for like the little audio messages, for like when you click on people or when you ask them to do tasks and stuff, for like the little members of the crew of the LMS Explorer, they're very sort of accurate and fitting, and working under the assumption, which I think is a reasonable one, that the people that gave those lines are not the original voice actors. I think it's about time, friend, that you just went and had a sandwich, because it's like way overdue. There's no power because we haven't brought these crystals over here. I was thinking something was missing from this picture. I was just looking at this and thinking, this doesn't look like a fully functional base. And that's why. Never mind. Yes, I was thinking about the voice actors and how fitting their voices are. And I was thinking to myself, how did the voice actors... No, why are you prioritizing this over this, you total crazy person? What? Why isn't the power priorities working? These used to work. This is odd. I haven't shown this in a long time. So what this is basically is you've got your regular priorities menu. Then you've got like a power priorities menu in this version, which you can then put like the most important buildings at the top and then the least important buildings at the bottom. So for example, in this case, I could put my support station at the top and my tool, my teleport pad at the bottom, and then while I've only got one crystal, it would power the support station before it powers. Would you power this darn thing already?
Teleport pad, support station.
Thank you. I didn't realise that was so much to ask for. Why can't I power both of them? Oh, I can. There's just something a bit freaky going on with the power mechanics in this mission. But yeah, that's not working at the moment. I don't know whether that's something to do with this experimental build, which is the one which has got the monsters in it, or whether that's just something to do with this level. That's very mysterious. But, never mind. That means I'm going to have to train you as the Dynamite Man. We should have to call you Dynamite Man Dan. And yes. Odd. Never mind. Back to what I was saying. Tangent over, I promise. I was thinking about the cutscenes and the voice actors, and I was remembering that, as far as I can remember, the cutscenes don't actually have any voice acting in them. They're like classic Lego mumbles, right? Instead of like the more modern Lego games which have like full voice acting in them. They're just classic mumbles. How the hell am I going to get some dynamite over here? I'm going to have to get like a tunnel scout, bring it over here, mine through that, and then carry the dynamite through. What a pain in the neck that's going to be, especially with no more crystals. Goodness, this is going to be challenging. Yeah, so I was thinking, were there like some people, some voice actors, who were given the cutscenes from this game and said, listen to the way that these people mumble, and then imagine what they would sound like if they actually said English words. Right, I want you to voice act that. That would be a very challenging job, where your source material is a bunch of people mumbling with the audio quality of 1995. That would be... that would be... I mean, I applaud the voice actors for their excellent performance in what they have produced. But yeah, if that is the reality of how the voice acting came into being, then that's a heck of a story. But anyway, let me upgrade this man to be a dynamite expert, and then we'll blow through some of this, and hopefully that'll give me enough crystals in order to bring down a tunnel scout. Because I reckon there is a path here, and I want to know what is here. I wish to know. I want to discover. I also want you to pick up all and stop piddling about clearing rubble. Which, again, I should just adjust the priorities menu. There we go. That's better. Turns out it was all my fault. Shock horror. Right. I've trained him as an explosives expert. I've also trained him as a pilot, so that when we get our tunnel scout, we can immediately get on with using it, and not waste time. Please run this way and not that way. Thank you so much, friend. Anything in here? Nothing. Nothing at all. What a waste of our life. Right. Let's blow that one up next. And then, yeah, these are slightly off. Like, one's slightly higher, one's slightly lower. That's good. We can blow up that piece, then we can blow up that piece, then we can blow up that piece and that piece and that piece. Because that way he's only being presented to sort of one landslide danger, not two. So that's good. That should help keep him a little bit safer. Right, let's clear the rubble for that area so that he can run away a little quicker. And then we can blast through here. I really hope there are some crystals here. I mean, there must be, right? Like, there must be. Like the level editor, the level developer wouldn't have put these pieces in here if they were inaccessible. And I think the tunnel scout's got to be the cheapest way of accessing that. And now you're not clearing the rubble, you're collecting the ore because I changed the priorities menu. This is why I never change my default priorities. Yeah, I can't think of another way of getting there. Because you certainly couldn't do it with a hover scout because they can only jump. I mean, a rapid rider, you'd have to be like the docks and build a rapid rider. That would probably be slightly less crystal intensive. By maybe like 1. But I can't really afford even 1 at the moment. Unless I beamed up my supports. If I completely refilled my air, as I have, and then I beamed up my support station, built my dogs, brought down my rapid rider, came over here, knocked that down, beamed up my rapid rider and my dogs, rebuilt my support station, and then carried on with life, then perhaps that would work. For goodness sake. There's not going to be any crystals in this, are there? Oh, God. I want to see what's in here. I do. I'm so curious about what is behind here, but at the same time, it seems like a lot of work. But it can be done, and it shall be done. Just give me a bit of time. Oh, for goodness sake. Just say that is the worst thing that will happen regarding this, and it won't be totally empty of crystals. Giddy aunt. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I guess then we're going to have to clear all of this and build a long load of power path along here. And then construct our docks right about there. Does the docks doesn't take a crystal, does it? It's one of the few buildings that doesn't. No, it doesn't take a crystal. It does. Why didn't you go there? That way you wouldn't have had to run over the lava, the rubble, ye great goose. Never mind, there's not a single thing here, of course not. Man alive. I literally said in the last mission, didn't I, that I shouldn't underestimate the sneakiness of these level editors, and then I went and underestimated the sneakiness of these level editors. Man alive. Alright, give me a minute, I'll build us a long stretch of power path, and then we shall experiment with this, with getting the docks. Thinking about it, I could build the docks. You know what? I don't think I'm actually going to have to be on the support station, because the docks doesn't require a crystal, so I can build that without even touching the support station. And then to bring down a rapid rider, that takes 2 crystals. And I've got 2 crystals. They're just being used to power these buildings. So if I shut down these buildings, I can then bring down the rapid rider, get in it, train him as a sailor first, bring down the rapid rider, get in it, come over here, knock that down, beam the rapid rider up, bring the crystals back, put them back in there, shut down the docks. No, I don't think that will work. I think I am going to have to be on the support station because the docks are going to need to be powered, which is going to stop one of my crystals from being used to bring down the rapid rider. Oh, fiddlesticks. This is going to require a bit of brain power. So let me think about this.
Support station.
Get the docks and train him as a sailor. Beam at the support station, collect one of the crystals and put it in the power station. Beam down the Rapid Rider, get in the Rapid Rider, drive over there, get out, mine that through, beam up the Rapid Rider, pick up its crystals, put one back in here, rebuild the support station, then put the other one back in here, and turn off the power to the docks so that we can get everything back to where we are right now. Yes. That seems like the plan. It's just going to be a bit tricky to implement it. I do want to clear the rubble which is here so that we're not slowed down when we get there. You seem to be powered despite the fact that we have nothing to power you with, which is a little curious. Let me just try bringing this down. Yeah, no, none of the resources. No surprises. Oh yeah, that's because I shut this off. I forgot about that. That's why that's working. Okay then. You need to go and train as a sailor. Now I need to carefully shut down a bunch of priorities. Yeah. Okay then. So I need beam this up, that you collect one of the crystals, put it there, leave everything else where it is, bring down the Rapid Rider. How much time have I got? 20 minutes. Okay, this will be fine. Get in here. Bring this over here. Really cram it into a corner so that what in the name of Odin's beard just happened? When I said cram it into a corner, I didn't exactly want it to fly off the hook like that. I just wanted it so that when we beamed it up, the crystals would definitely land on the ground and not in the sea. But alright. Put that back there so we can, all the resources are already there, we can build it as quick as possible. There we are. And now comes the moment of truth of me trying to beam this thing up. Although actually, if I shut that down, then we can use our one spare crystal to finish building this. We won't be able to power it, but at least we can finish building it, and then we can fail when we beam this thing up, and one of them ends up being slightly too far away, and I'm not able to collect the crystal. But I mean, the first stage of the plan worked. It worked better than it had any right to, given the fact that it was one of my plans. But give this friend a moment to finish off building this, and then we shall see what we're going to do with you. Sorry, I was trying to multitask and I was feeling miserably. Okie dokie then. I'm gonna try and jam this thing in a corner again in order to increase the likelihood that the crystals go in the right place. I suppose really we only need one of them, but like strictly speaking we don't need both of them. There we go. Would you stop doing that? It's like it doesn't like it being too close. Yay! Both of them landed on the ground. Alright, really should have cleared the rubble here, but never mind. Okay. If we put that in, that'll get the support station running again and we can stop worrying about the oxygen. And then we can get the dynamite and we can start solving the mystery of the dippy bit. Which sounds like the least successful Enid Blyton novel you've ever heard of. Yeah, that's not a very good plan, my friend. If you die from this, then goodness, I would have been upset. Because I can't bring down any more people. You can't see this, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier. But the button, in fact, let me just do this properly. The sound might die for a minute, and if that's the case, I apologise. Yes. As you can see, the button where I would normally bring down more people is greyed out, which means I'm unable to do that thing, he says, forgetting where he left it last time and hoping that that's roughly the same place. Never mind. The sound is back now, and that is a good thing. I don't really want you standing there, mate. Like, not at all. Like, seriously, just stop standing next to this thing, which is going to give you a concussion. Please. Please tell me this isn't just a really, really long really long hallway. Actually, thinking about it, I've just remembered what the objective of this mission is, and it's to collect 12 crystals, isn't it? Even if I beamed up everything I have, I'd only have 7. Which means there must be 5 more. They're going to be in here, aren't they? I have to spend the next half an hour blasting through an incredibly long passage of hard rock with dynamite, bit by bit, until I find those last 5 crystals, don't I? No, I don't. Everything's fine. What am I panicking about? I'm panicking about the sneakiness of this developer. Right, we'll come back to the crystals. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we'll come back to the crystals later. I want to solve the mystery of this first. So let me mine through this bit of dirt and this seam, and then also other random thing that I want to show you, because I can't remember if I've shown you this before. If you come right up close to the support station, you can see the sandwiches, which I think is wonderful. You can just see the little sandwiches in there, which I think is a truly fantastic thing. I think that's a lovely little bit of attention to detail, even though they traditionally stand at the side to eat their sandwiches, which is a bit odd, given that the air is in front and the sandwiches are in front. But yay! There was a dip. And a very spiky ramp. Goodness, I wouldn't want to go tobogganing down there. Okie dokie then. I really wish I could bring down some more people for this little stage of the section. Mind you, when I bring back a few more crystals, I could get a little truck. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me turn this on, and then trucks are 3. Yes, trucks are 3. I am going to I'm going to mine these 2 things out, and then bring 2 more crystals back, get a little truck, and then we can collect up all the crystals in third person, which is fun. Actually, we might do it first person. I don't think I've ever shown you like little trucks in first person. That could be interesting. And then, just for the fun of it, I'm going to see if I can drive down here. I don't think I can, because obviously this is programmed as a wall, and I don't think it's possible to move across walls like that. But hey, it's worth a try. Even after all these years, the sign of an energy crystal seems just such a pretty sight. It's just... oh, of course you're not trying to drive it. I keep forgetting that you're like the intern. And for some reason, you got left down here when everyone else, who was skilled and experienced, and I know how they work, everyone else got left on the ship, and just the intern got dropped down here for some darn reason. But never mind about the intern. Let us, oh, the little steering wheel moves! Oh, that is so cute. That is adorable. I love that. Right, sorry. Giddy, I started this video by saying I wouldn't swoon, and now I'm swooning. Oh, it's so adorable. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to, like, Lego races. Sorry. I'm feeling old, alright? Giddy. I hope somebody makes a remake of Lego races one day. That would be a hell of a thing. Right. What was I talking about? I have no idea. I was complaining about the intern, and then, no, I forget everything else that I was talking about. I don't know. It probably wasn't important if it was coming out of my mouth. It definitely wasn't important. Right, we've got these, and then there's 1 more, and then there's 5 more, so that's 2 more trips we can make. And then we can go on a little sled ride in a little truck and see if we can get down there. It's going to be an anticlimactic end to the video because there's like a 99% chance that we can't get there. But never mind. We'll deal with that disappointment when we get to it. For right now, we'll just get on with this. I remember what I was talking about now. I was talking about the crystal seams and how cute they are. Yes, it's just like opening a cavern and finding a seam. It's just like that moment, particularly in a I want to keep playing the game, thank you very much. Yeah, it's like that moment when like all your stresses and your worries about running out of air before you could build something, all of those stresses just go away because everything's fine and better now. Right. Except now that the monsters have been implemented, it's also more of like a double panic because you're thinking, oh goodness, now there's a load of crystals on the floor and all the monsters are going to get triggered. But never mind any of that. We have a little experiment to conduct. I wasn't expecting to conduct quite so many experiments and test quite so many hypotheses here, but goodness, is it my imagination or is the ceiling in this place absolutely beautiful? Right, once more onto the breach. Well, fiddlesticks. I think this is about as close as we're going to get, friends. Yep, that's about the best I can give you, I'm afraid. Oh man, I enjoyed this level. This was fun. I wasn't really sure how well this was going to go because it was only the 12 crystals, and I was thinking maybe that's a little bit like too small of an objective to really merit like a whole half hour or whatever, like half a video. But it actually proved to be really fun because it was very nicely designed, and it actually involved a bit of strategy. Like the number of crystals that you had access to in this area was limited to the precise number to just allow you into the next area, which is a very fine way of balancing that, and I rather enjoyed that. Right, so while the LMS Explorer's intern finishes off his little bit of work, I will simply say thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen, for a couple more custom levels. I appreciate that you were probably hoping for some monsters. Frankly, so was I, but monsters are quite few and far between in the custom levels. There's one mission that I know has monsters in it. However, that is one which does have really large sort of requirements in terms of the number of crystals and all you need to collect in that mission. But next time, I will try and find at least one mission which definitely has monsters in it, so that we can play around with that, because now that we've got the monsters in the game, I do want to enjoy them as much as possible, even though by enjoy them, I mean murder them, which paints me in a rather dark light, but don't worry about any of that. I'll worry about being called a sadistic murderer of monsters. Yeah, and you can just worry about enjoying these cute levels. Right, I enjoyed these ones. They were nice. Very nice, the first one to see the sort of reimagining a little bit of the first mission, and to play around with like a nostalgic return to the beginning of the series. And this one was really nice as well in its sort of strategy, and nice to see a level which is based on strategy rather than just farming, because while farming I think is a great thing which you can do with these custom levels, I think strategy is also a really good one, because you can be really clever and sneaky with them, which is well, I think I'd fall down if I was making levels myself, because I'm not good with strategy, right? I can't even come up with strategies to defeat other people's problems, let alone be advanced enough in order to come up with strategies in order to solve problems that I have created myself. But yes, this was enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed it as well. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.